If someone asked you the question, would you rather be liked or would you rather be successful? If you had to make a choice between the two, to be liked or to win, which one would you choose? During the golden age of Hollywood, one of the most loved and successful movie stars of all time was an actress named Bette Davis. Bette Davis once said, quote, "Dare to be hated." Welcome to our cosmic journey, everyone. Starcasting to you from the City of Angels. Hello, I'm Karis. Thank you so much for being here and listening to the Voice of Astrology podcast. This is your astrology cosmic superpower for the week beginning Sunday, December 22nd through Saturday, December 28th, 2024. Let's journey together with astrology and explore how to connect with the stars, the planets, the energies for our new week ahead. The magical and enchanting night sky starts off the week as we start to close off the year. Yikes, can you believe it? We've got on Sunday the 22nd, the last quarter moon of 2024 reaching its apogee. This is the furthest distance from the Earth and it's highest in the sky right before dawn. On December 24th and 25th, we have Mercury the messenger so far away from the sun. You can see Mercury in the eastern sky look towards the east before sunrise. And Mercury this week has so much to say. We'll definitely be getting to that in a moment. Friday, we have Mercury with the waning crescent moon, the fixed star Antares, which is in the heart of Scorpio, and they are in the eastern sky. You can also see the earth shine, the light from the earth shining next to the dark part of the waning crescent moon, and this is very visible before the sun rises. The 7 original planets that were first used in astrology, or the OGs as I call them, that you can see without aid of telescope or binoculars, just like the first original astrologers did, start off the week lined up as such. The sun is in cardinal earth Capricorn, the moon is in cardinal air Libra. We still have Mercury in Sagittarius. Its detriment, it is direct now. Venus is in fixed air Aquarius. Mars is retrograde in the sign of Leo. Jupiter is in its detriment in the sign of Gemini. And Saturn is direct in the sign of Pisces, ruled by Jupiter. Sunday, December 22nd, the week starts off with the sun and the moon needing to take care of some things. They've got some business together to work through because we've got the last quarter moon at 1 degree Libra. So when we move from last quarter moon or fourth quarter moon to new moon, this is the time of the month when the light of the moon is decreasing. The energy is lessening, and there are things to sort through before we get to the new moon coming up. The moon in Libra wants to be liked, wants love. Libra is ruled by Venus, the goddess of love and beauty. The moon is what we are always hungry for and trying to acquire. So the moon in Libra wants popularity. It wants to be loved. The moon in Libra is making a square aspect to the sun in cardinal earth Capricorn. Capricorn the goat, the greatest of all time. Capricorn that is about achievement, success, winning, very carefully going step by step to the top of the mountain to win and achieve. So with the sun and the moon making this square aspect of we got to do something about this. The square aspect is about taking action. Cardinal Libra and Capricorn, they want to take action, and they want to take action by saying, let's get this wrapped up. We're not only wrapping something up for the week ahead in astrology, let's wrap this up for the year. We are about to close out 2024. And what Libra and Capricorn want to wrap up, what they want to get started, so to speak, as far as getting something wrapped up, is that this conflict, which is a square aspect, the conflict between the compromise of being liked and getting along, Libra, moon in Libra, love, relationships, and the sun in cardinal Earth Capricorn, which is the value, the success, the winning, the achievement in life, the world. Capricorn rules over the world. So in life, there are things that we are wanting. Whatever it is that you desire and that you want in life, this last quarter moon involving Libra in Capricorn is the sorting through of where are you making compromises, moon in Libra, that is keeping you from the success, the achievement in the area of what you truly want and desire in life. Fourth quarter to new moon is the dissolving, the releasing, the letting go of the blocks, the things, and in this case, with the moon in Libra, the relationships specifically. In other words, what relationships in your life, and not just the primary romantic relationship, all relationships. What relationship and relationships in your life are now blocking you from the career achievement goals that you have? Capricorn in astrology is the world. It is success. It's the 10th house, the summit, the top of the chart, the highest potential for all the world to see. This is the top of the chart in astrology. Whatever your dream of life may be, for achievement, for success, for winning the game, this fourth quarter to new moon cycle is showing us, highlighting for us that the wrong people, the wrong unhealthy, toxic relationships in our life, even if it's just one, doesn't have to be a whole bunch of people, but the wrong relationship is what this last quarter moon wants to sort through and release. It's the conflict or the square aspect between the moon in Libra, I want to be liked, between the sun in Capricorn, but I want to achieve in the world your hopes, dreams, and wishes. And this releasing, sorting through, or loosening, as we often refer to fourth quarter to new moon phase, this releasing and dissolving of the wrong relationships is how we are working with this last quarter moon as we wrap up the year. Let's say you have somebody in your life and they don't agree with what your dream achievement goals are. Well, that influence of someone in your life not being supportive, at the very least, is a block. This last quarter moon is the cardinal square action of saying goodbye, ending it, it's over, so that the new cardinal season chapter of your life can begin. The sun in Capricorn is ruled by the planet Saturn. Saturn, which says these are the boundaries, these are the rules, here's the line, do not cross it. This is the reality, Capricorn, the reality of precisely what it's going to take to make your dreams come true. And one of the realities of Capricorn is, if there are certain people, whatever the relationship may be, that is holding you back from career success, Saturn will put the brakes on that relationship. No one stands in the way of a Capricorn achieving its goal and getting to the top of the mountain. The moon in Libra is trying to persuade the sun in Capricorn to see it their way. The moon in Libra thinks it's being smooth with a Capricorn. The moon in Libra is using persuasion, emotional excuses, looking at all different sides to the situation, trying to debate and win the discussion with Capricorn. The moon in Libra is pulling out all the stops of charm and persuasion and giggles and hugs and you name it, beauty, trying to cajole and convince the Capricorn that the relationship isn't holding them back and that we should try to please everyone. The moon in Libra is naive enough to think and assume that it can fool a Capricorn. I live for the moments and I love the look. I live to see the look on the face of a Capricorn when they're dealing with someone that's trying to fool them. It's astrology expressing itself in all of its splendid glory. Capricorn is no fool, and nothing that the moon in Libra can do will block the Saturnian Capricorn from seeing the reality of it is what it is, which is, with this fourth quarter moon, the person or the people are blocking you. They're stopping you from your success. You're not going to win. You're not going to achieve the goal with certain relationships and people in your life. It's just not going to work that way. Some people won't like what you're doing. They won't be supportive of your dreams and goals. They're simply not on your side. This is one of the reasons why Betty Davis made the statement, "Dare to be hated." Betty Davis wasn't known for being a people pleaser. Monday, December 23rd, we still have the moon in Libra, and the moon in Libra is making a sextile aspect of opportunity to Mercury in Sagittarius, which is its detrimental placement. Yes, Mercury is direct now, but it's still in its detriment. And so the convincing and the persuading from the moon in Libra to Mercury in Sagittarius is being convincing. Know this aspect and this energy so that you will not be persuaded with Mercury in its detriment to stay and or go back to a relationship situation that simply is not good for you. Then on Monday, the moon in Libra makes an air trine flow to Jupiter in Gemini, which is its detriment in Gemini ruled by Mercury. This is yet another situation, another aspect on Monday where a lot of big over-the-top conversations that will get you nowhere could potentially take place, with the moon in Libra making an air trine flow to Jupiter in Gemini, its detriment. Lots of jive talking that gets you nowhere and can be detrimental. Jupiter in Gemini, its detriment. Mercury in Sagittarius, its detriment. The fourth quarter sun in Capricorn is saying, trying to warn, trying to urge caution by saying, do not be fooled. Now, the astrological alignments, they simply put a highlight, a spotlight on something. You have free will and choice to do whatever it is that you choose to do. The guides, the bright lights, the stars, the spotlights are simply highlighting this for you. But you have the power, the cosmic superpower, to make the choice for yourself. Tuesday, December 24th, Christmas Eve, the moon in Libra makes an air trine flow to Venus in Aquarius. Now, the moon trine Venus, and we love this trine flow, is the ease and opportunity to make some new friends. Venus in Aquarius is very gregarious. Venus in Aquarius is very social. This moon trine Venus in Aquarius is connection. It's very supportive of how you feel and what are you attracting into your life. Law of attraction. The moon trine Venus in Aquarius, it's not draining. It's not a big, heavy, emotional block. It's the supportive element of air at its best, which is the exchange of ideas, concepts, a meeting of the mind and feelings. Moon in Libra making an air trine flow to its ruler Venus in Aquarius. This is a very happy aspect. It is very beautiful and filled with laughter and joy. Wednesday, December 25th, Merry Christmas. It is also the beginning of Hanukkah at sundown. Happy Hanukkah. Today we have the moon falling into fixed water Scorpio. Now, the moon in Scorpio makes a square aspect to Pluto in Aquarius and Mars retrograde in Leo. This is a very intense, emotional day. The moon in her fall in Scorpio is the feeling of wanting to be close and near to home, family, loved ones. The holiday season brings up a lot of different emotions for different people. So with the moon in Scorpio, if you are feeling overwhelmed with emotion, let it up and out. Always feel your feelings. You want to have a good cry on a day when we're supposed to be happy and pleasing everyone else. Remember, the moon in Libra making that square to the sun in Capricorn is now connecting to the moon in Scorpio during the holiday time when the moon wants its emotional needs met. The moon is the nurturing mother. The moon is also the inner child. Do what pleases you emotionally on this day, not what pleases everybody else. In other words, how you self-care, how you take care of your emotional needs, feeling your feelings, is the moon in Scorpio making these square aspects. Please yourself emotionally around the holidays, and specifically on Wednesday, December 25th. Thursday, December 26th, Kwanzaa begins. It's also Boxing Day in Canada and the UK. We still have the moon in Scorpio, and Mercury is making the rounds again, trying to convince you of something that you know isn't true. Mercury in Sagittarius makes an opposition to its ruler, Jupiter in Gemini, in its detriment. Then Mercury makes a square aspect to Saturn in Pisces, Saturn being the ruler of Capricorn. Here we go again. Saturn in Pisces, now direct, is the Saturnian getting real about your dreams, visions, and goals for the future. I have often referred to the Saturn in Pisces cycle as Darth Vader showing up to the party and saying, "Hey kids, the party is over," because the Saturn in Pisces, ruled by Jupiter, is the domain of Jupiter, which is over-the-top indulgence. And so this Mercury in its detriment in Sagittarius, making the square aspect to Saturn in Pisces, ruled by Jupiter, is yet again this whole week, or one of the themes of the week, of Mercury making the rounds, meaning connecting to the other planets, trying to convince you that certain people and or a person in your life should stay, that they're not blocking, they need to go. The moon in Scorpio is very vulnerable to being convinced to keep a person or to take a person back from the past. The emotional needs are very intense with the moon in Scorpio. Again, the sun in Capricorn, and this week it's the first division, or what's called the first decanate of the sign of Capricorn. Very strong in its Capricornian power. Don't be fooled, no matter how emotional, no matter how vulnerable you may be feeling. Friday, Venus's day, we have the moon moving into Sagittarius that doesn't know when to quit. Sagittarius is the sign of the zodiac that blurts things out, can be very clumsy, tripping over their words, the classic putting your foot in your mouth. Now the moon in Sagittarius makes a sextile aspect to Pluto in Aquarius, and then a fire trine flow to Mars retrograde in Leo, which rules over the heart. Can this be a lot of fun as we move into the weekend? Yes, just make sure you uphold the boundaries. Sagittarius doesn't recognize the boundaries. It just keeps going and going and going. Relationships that you're getting rid of that encourage you to keep going with drinking, drugs, eating, some kind of behavior here with the moon, which is food and what we're hungry for, some kind of relationship that actually encourages you not to stop, to keep going. Be careful. Know your limit and your boundary. Saturday, December 28th, we still have the moon in Sagittarius, now making an opposition to its ruler, Jupiter in Gemini. Then the moon in Sagittarius makes a square to Saturn in Pisces, ruled by Jupiter. And then the moon in Sagittarius makes a conjunction to Mercury in its detriment in Sagittarius. So on our cosmic journey together this week, let's connect all of this. As we are closing out the year, we're also approaching the new moon coming up, which is a black moon, the second new moon within 1 month. So we start off the week with the last quarter moon, which is saying, take stock, sort through, see the reality of what relationships in your life, how perhaps you've been people-pleasing, trying to make everyone happy, not daring to be hated, like Betty Davis said. We start off the week with this journey of assessment, sorting through, and releasing. And we get the reality check from the sun in Capricorn. Then the moon falls into Scorpio right around the holidays, on the holidays, where we're feeling more intensely vulnerable. The holidays and what's going on in the astrology this week does bring up a lot of emotion. And with that emotion, the moon in Scorpio, wanting to be nurtured, wanting the inner child needs to be met, then the moon bounces into Sagittarius, which can be so much fun, but it can also be acting out because it's fire and not knowing when to quit. So instead of this being potentially a situation where with the moon square Saturn, there's accountability because we didn't know when to stop. In some situation, it would mostly be words. With the moon making that conjunction to Mercury in Sagittarius, and Sagittarius traveling all over the place this week, connecting with the different planets, trying to convince that something that isn't true is true. We have the cosmic superpower. We have the choice, which is to keep going and not knowing when to quit, which doesn't end good with that moon square Saturn, or to look on the positive, bright side of Sagittarius, which is reaching for the stars and making your dreams come true. Anything is possible. There aren't any limits when it comes to you achieving the full potential of who and what you are. Sagittarius is trusting the universe, trusting that the forces, the energies know what they're doing. Sagittarius is like an open-hearted child. There's always an innocence and a beautiful childlike quality to the sign of Sagittarius. So if you're getting the reality check that certain situations in relationships you're not going to try to force, you're going to release and let it go during this fourth quarter to new moon cycle, just know and have faith, like the sign of Sagittarius, that if your life is being directed in a different direction, a new direction, towards people that will be supportive of you and you of them, trust that process. We all have a tendency to make New Year's resolutions as we approach the new year, and one of the promises or resolutions that you make to yourself can be to have the right kind of people, harmonious people, people that don't bring you conflict and fighting and anger, people that are truly happy to see you making your dreams come true, and you being truly happy to see the people you love in your life making their dreams come true. Hold on to that as we close out the week and approach the new moon coming up, and also as we get to the end of 2024. Thank you everyone for being here and listening to the Voice of Astrology podcast. I will see you all in the stars.